As the 2022-23 season starts, some familiar names are at the top of the list of favorites to win the MVP award. Near at the top of the list are Embiid, Antetokounmpo, and Jokic, who are joined by a former MVP and a young superstar. But the best way to tell who will win is to look at the numbers. In this video, we'll discuss the MVP predictions for this season. First off, who's most likely to win MVP? Luka Doncic is going to win his first MVP award soon enough. The 23-year-old superstar's already done a lot for his age, and he's established himself as one of the best players in the league. Donnie averaged 28.4 points, 9.1 rebounds, and 8.7 assists per game in 2021 to 2022, so he can do a little bit of everything. He's always been known as a leader on offense. To make his achievements even better, he shot more three-pointers on average than ever before in his career. This season, Donnie's got a new Christian Wood partner who should make the game easier for him. Donnie's usage rate will stay very high, so he'll be talked about for MVP all season. Up next, Giannis Antetokounmpo and Joel Embiid aren't far behind for the title. Giannis Antetokounmpo won the Most Valuable Player award twice, and he just finished one of his best seasons in the NBA. Even so, he didn't even come close to winning NBA Most Valuable Player in 2022. He finished a season in which he scored 29.9 points per game, which was his career high. He also kept up his overall play, shooting 53.3% from the field and averaging 11.6 points, 5.8 assists, and 1.4 blocks. Even though the Milwaukee Bucks finished third in the Eastern Conference in 2022, their inconsistent play hurt his chances of winning MVP. He's still one of the best players in the league as long as the Bucks stay healthy. Last time, Joel Embiid almost won the MVP award. He got 26 first-place votes for the award in 2022 and will be running again in 2023. The Sixers as a team had a bad year, so you can expect Embiid to do even better than he did last year. The Cameroonian center's stats were the best of his career in 2022. During the 2021-2022 NBA season, he played more games than ever. To win MVP in 2023, he must keep up this trend. Embiid should be going into one of the most regular seasons of his career, which could make him a real threat for the Most Valuable Player award, followed by Nikola Jokic and Ja Morant. This season, Jokic's case for MVP isn't as strong as it has been in the past. Not only does it seem unlikely that he would win the award 3 years in a row, but Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. are coming back this year. That means that he'll play less. So, if Jokic has another great season, he can win a third MVP. Voter fatigue's real, but if Jokic breaks new ground in 2023, don't expect them to ignore another streak of historical performances. In 2021-22, Ja Morant came in 7th place in the MVP voting. Before the season started, that would have been a huge surprise, but since he led the Grizzlies to the second best record in the NBA and scored an average of 27.4 points per game, he had every right to be in the same group as the other players. Sadly, Morant set himself a pretty high bar for 2022-23. As the most improved player from last year, it will be interesting to see how he improves his game next year. If he does well, his numbers might be enough to get him the MVP award, no matter how his team does. Moving on to the MVP award sleepers. Jason Tatum wasn't expected to be a big name in the race for MVP in 2021-22, but he still finished in 6th place, partly because he led the way for Boston in the second half of the season. He averaged 26.9 points, 8 rebounds, and 4.4 assists per game, which are all great numbers. Let's not forget that he's only 24 years old, so he has a lot of room to grow. If he keeps going the way he is, he could win his first MVP at a young age, like Antetokounmpo and Durant. Still, his health isn't excellent, so this is a riskier choice, but it might not be wrong. In the past, the MVP award's gone to the best player on the best team. Leonard could be that player next season. The two-way star will come out strong now that he's healthy after missing the 2020-21 season. He's upset that Paul George, a finalist for MVP in 2019, is playing with him, but he is definitely the best player on this team. And if he can lead the Clippers to one of the top spots in the West, the league's love for the quiet superstar could help him win his first MVP award. Finally, what about the MVP of 2022? In 2022, Jokic won his second NBA MVP award. He's the lowest player to win MVP, as he was picked 41st overall in 2014. He is also the lowest player to win the award twice. He averaged 27.1 points, 13.8 rebounds, and 7.9 assists during the season he won MVP. Jokic led his team to NBA playoffs in his 4th straight All-Star season. Unfortunately, the Golden State Warriors, who went on to win the championship, beat them in the first round. Jokic won the NBA MVP award in 2022 by a smaller margin than in 2021. Last year, he got 91 first-place votes, but this year, he got 65. Still, he was the clear winner, with Joel Embiid in second place with 26 first-place votes, and Giannis Antetokounmpo in third place with 9 first-place votes. Now for some other related news you might have missed out on, starting with Ben Simmons ended his NBA hiatus. Ben Simmons' first NBA game with Brooklyn was against his old team, Philadelphia. He had some great moments during that game and struggled in old ways. The 76ers beat the Nets 127-108 in the first of their 3 preseason games on Tuesday, even though stars Joel Embiid and James Harden weren't playing. Simmons started with fellow All-Stars Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. In 19 minutes, he scored 6 points, grabbed 4 rebounds, gave out 5 assists, and stole a ball. He didn't play after halftime like Durant and Irving. The Nets' new Big Three didn't last long. Simmons hadn't played a game in 470 days when he left the 76ers in a messy way that led to a high-profile trade involving Harden in February. You'll remember that he didn't play at all last season because of problems with his mental and physical health. He recently admitted that comments about not shooting the ball hurt him significantly. He made a nice behind-the-back pass during the game and started scoring with a strong dunk, but he missed 2 shots from mid-range and both free throws in Brooklyn, where some Philadelphia fans were booing. Simmons was the first Nets player to be taken out of the game. He then returned to play point guard with Boomer star Patty Mills and coach Steve Nash's second team. Let's discuss the 2 top prospects for the 2023 mock NBA draft. The 2023 NBA draft starts this week in Las Vegas with a 2-game series between our top 2 projected picks, Victor Wembanyama of France and Scoot Henderson of the G League Ignite. There's been a lot of talk about Victor Wembanyama for years, and he's already living up to the hype. He bagged 2 34-point games in the preseason and a 23-point double-double on the first day of the season. Since he joined Boulogne-Levallois, he's made a highlight reel that blows people away with his fluid creation, shot making, and movement. Oh, and the front office has probably already spent a lot of time scouting and wanting Scoot Henderson. He's an obvious target for a team building around a scoring wing in Jalen Green and a shot-making forward in Jabari Smith. Henderson and Green would immediately make up the most athletic backcourt in the NBA. Aside from having great speed, quickness, and strength for a ball handler, the Ignite star showed practical playmaking skills, self-creation flashes, and adjustment finishing. Lastly, disciplinary action against Draymond Green. After an argument with Warriors teammate Jordan Poole at practice on Wednesday, the team could punish Draymond Green. Shams Charania and Anthony Slater of The Athletic said that people who knew about the situation told them there was a heated exchange, and that Green forcefully hit Poole before they had to be separated. After the incident, the Warriors stopped practice immediately, and Green will soon face punishment from the team. Green and Poole have been in trouble before, but not like they were on Wednesday. During a November 10th against the Minnesota Timberwolves, Green and Poole got into a verbal fight on the Warriors bench. They talked it out after the game. Jason DeMoss of Cron TV said that he saw Poole taking shots and laughing with teammates Patrick Baldwin Jr. and Lester Quinones soon after the news of Wednesday's incident came out. It's still unclear what kind of internal punishment will come next, but the situation seems much worse than what Klay Thompson called bickerments after the first Poole Green incident last season. That's a wrap for this video. Who do you think is most likely to win MVP this season? Will Nikola Jokic take the award for the 3rd time? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.